For the past couple of years, I have participated in what the City of Bellingham has called Gallery Alley. The reason why it's called that is because they do a call for local artists, and if you're chosen, then you get to paint a door, both sides, and then they hang it in an alley in their downtown area. So that alley becomes a gallery, hence the name Gallery Alley. I chose to do some native to Washington wildlife, along with some sort of tattoo vibe. I was able to do one side ahead of time, but I will show you the finishing process of that as well as the whole entire process of the final side of this door. So follow along, hope you enjoy it. Let's check it out. So I'm out here in my studio and I'm going to be painting this. I'm going to be painting this onto this. I've got it all outlined in pencil and I'm going to go back over now in Sharpie marker. I'm just trying to do these flowers so they don't get lost. I'm going to go back over this thing with Posca pens. I just want to make sure that my outlines for the flowers stay put when I paint around them. So I just use primary colors for this in black and white, that's it. This is what I'm using, interior semi-gloss paint. Then I'm gonna polyurethane over the whole entire thing to protect it because it's gonna be hung outside. Okay, so what I'm gonna be doing is painting all of the colored areas, leaving this white, and then I'll go back over this with paint markers to finalize the outline, color in some white if I need to, so that it should look pretty similar to this when I'm done. I had high hopes that this owl was not going to take this long, but it's taking this long. Oh, hey there, little guy. How you doing? This thing's got to be turned into the city in 2 days, and I have to also polyurethane it and let it dry. Okay, let's get back at it. So I feel like this really needs to have something dark, and this black is not black enough, honestly. It needs to be blacker, but it's what I've got to work with. There's a couple little spots on this thing that I feel like I just don't love. There's something about this that I just don't love. I have a very tight timeline. It has to be done today, and I also have to polyurethane it today and give it time to dry. These have been sitting overnight and they are still wet, so it's not looking great, actually. Put a fan on it, and then from there I'm gonna go back with my Posca paint pen and darken up these lines and really make it pop. All right, let's get to it. So then I'm going to turn this door around, and I actually painted this other side of it about a month before I started on the owl. Okay, I've got this turned around. I'm going to start on this one. So I'm just going to outline all these little white areas, as well as the fish. So very tattoo vibes. My Posca pen. All right. This pen is brand new, and you have to push it down to make the paint, ink, whatever the heck is in here come out, and it took me a long time, actually. Just waiting for this to all fill. It's going down. This was probably one of the most tedious parts of this project, is drawing all of these flowers and outlining everything. I decided to do some tiny dot work like I would on a tattoo, and as I got into that a little bit more, I started regretting my life's choices. But all in all, I think it was a great effect to use, and it looks really cool. Feeling the crunch of this timeline. I still have the owl to outline, and I'm going to Lowe's to get this polyurethane stuff so I can at least have that drying on one side while I finish outlining the other side. Oh my gosh, I really hope this thing dries. So instead of painting over all this white that has pencil mark in it, so you can see there's some pencil mark right here, and there's lots of pencil marks just kind of like all over. Just wiping it with a rag before polyurethaning it. Okay, so I'm gonna put some leftovers that I had, 2 coats, because this thing's hanging up outside. I actually used spar urethane. I kept saying polyurethane throughout this whole video, but polyurethane is great for indoor projects that aren't going to encounter weather elements. Spar urethane is really what you want to use for outdoor projects that are going to encounter rain, sun, all sorts of hard weather beating. Here's the finished piece. So all I have left to do now is spar urethane. I'm putting that on there. Love it, love it, love it. When it was all done, it got hung up in the alley in downtown Bellingham. My family came out to see it. It was awesome.